Hi, it's David here from the PPC Machine, and in this video I want to show you how you can, within ThriveCart, create a single product but have it available in multiple different variations. So for example, have a product such as a book and be able to sell it in hardback, paperback and ebook format, all from the same checkout page. Now, if you're not familiar with what ThriveCart is, I'm not going to go into loads of detail about that because there's lots of information and reviews out there on the internet already. But basically, it's an online shopping cart and checkout system which isn't widely used on big e-commerce sites because it's not really designed for the kind of website that is selling lots and lots of different products, or where people would buy several different products all in one transaction. That's not really what ThriveCart is designed to do. Where ThriveCart comes into its own is if you're someone like me who sells online courses or ebooks or things like that, things where people will buy just one item at a time. For those kinds of things, ThriveCart works really, really well. One of the reasons I particularly like it is, unlike a lot of its competitors, you don't get tied into paying a monthly subscription to have use of it. You just buy it, and okay, it costs a few £100, but that's a one-off fee to buy it, and then after that it's yours to do with as you want. So that's one of the reasons I particularly like it, apart from the fact it's got various, it's quite easy to use and it's got lots of different testing options in it and funnels and all kinds of things. But the thing I was struggling with this week was I already had a product on there, an ebook that I was selling, and that was working fine, and I decided to create a paperback printed version of the book as well. And so I wanted to be able to have this single product, the book, but allow people, when they were buying it at the checkout stage, to choose whether they wanted to buy it as an ebook or as a paperback, or whether they wanted to buy both together as a bundle. And that proved to be not at all obvious how you did it. And I looked on ThriveCart's own support website. There was nothing there about doing it. I went on to one of the big Facebook groups for ThriveCart users, where there's people there who know lots of stuff about how to use ThriveCart, and I asked a question in there and no one seemed to know either. I googled it, didn't come up with anything. So I did eventually solve the problem myself, and I thought I would therefore make this video to show how I did it. So as if you're running up against the same problem, hopefully you'll find this video and that will sort you out. So let's dive in then and have a look at what it is we're talking about. So this is the back end of my ThriveCart system. As you can see, various different products set up there, books and courses and whatever. And the product that I was having the issue with was this book here. So originally, when I first created it, I had a ThriveCart product for it, which gave a checkout where you could just buy the ebook as a PDF. And so the way the checkout works is fairly standard. People will put their details in up here, click continue. No need to supply a shipping address because it's not a physical product. Put their card details in there, complete the order, and then they'd be taken to the download page. So then when I created the paperback version, the first thing I did was I just created a brand new product for that. And you can see the checkout page for that one here. Again, it asks for the contact information. But this time when you click continue, there's an extra stage because it wants the shipping information, so you put your address in there. Choose the shipping option. These are shipping options that I set up. And obviously as many of these as you like. So I'll go for the express delivery and continue. And then again, you put your card details in there, complete order, and that would be that. And as you can see, that's the paperback one there. So that's great, but a bit clunky because on my sales page for this book, I then had to have a thing where when someone clicked the button saying they wanted to buy it, it then popped up a light box asking whether you wanted to buy the ebook or the paperback or both together. And then it sent, when depending on what you chose there, it sent you to either this checkout page or this one, or a third one actually that sold you the paperback and the ebook together. And that just felt a bit cumbersome, and also it was an extra step that customers had to go through before they actually got to the checkout. And as I'm sure you know, the more steps there are, the more likelihood there is that someone will drop off without actually completing the process. So I wanted to have a nice streamlined checkout page where you went to a single page, and a bit like how on this one there was the choice of shipping options, what I really wanted was to have something where there was also a choice of, do you want ebook, paperback or both together. And obviously books aren't the only thing where this might happen. You know, you might be I don't know, selling a branded t-shirt or something and want to make it available in different sizes, and so you might want to have small, medium, large, etc. as your choices. Okay, so let's look at how I actually went about doing this. So the first thing you do when you're creating any new product in ThriveCart is you go to your products tab here and then create product, and the first thing it asks you is whether this new product you're creating is going to be a digital product or a physical product. And because this is why it makes it look immediately like it's not possible to combine the two, because it's straight away giving you an either or choice. Whereas of course what I want to do is actually have a single product which is available in both these formats depending on what the customer chooses. So the way to get around this is to select physical as your product type, create new product, give the product a name. I'm not going to go into lots of detail about what these bits are because there's plenty of other tutorial videos for all the everyday bits of creating products in ThriveCart. We'll keep this in test mode. Okay, change it to pounds because I'm in the UK, just so it matches everything else I'm doing, and then set product price. So let's say our price for the product is £7. Okay, so that's how you would create that. And if you were just doing, for example, just selling an ebook product with no paperback variation or anything, that's all that you would need to do there. However, in our case, this is actually going to be one of our format options. So I'm just going to go back and edit that, and we're going to call that our ebook version. Okay, so that's now the ebook version, and that costs £7. Now we do add pricing option, and let's say that the paperback option is going to be £14, and we'll rename that to be paperback. And let's say we had a hardback version as well, and that was £20. Okay, so we've now got our 3 different book formats set there with different prices. I'm not going to worry about the sales tax calculations and customizing invoices because there's plenty of other videos that will show you how to do all that. I'm not going to bother with a bump offer on this, just to keep it simple. Set up my credit card processor. Again, ordinarily I'd have PayPal and other options in there, but we'll just keep that one for now. Right, so now we come on to the shipping options. So to keep this simple, I'm going to assume that I can provide the ebook and the paperback worldwide, and that there's only one shipping rate wherever you are in the country, and that is 0 free delivery. So I'm going to put 0 in there. And the name we'll give this is free worldwide delivery. This will actually appear to the customers, so make that something user friendly. And then the fulfillment provider. So in the case of what I was doing with the paperback book, my fulfillment provider for that was Lulu, the print on demand company. So I've already linked my ThriveCart account to my Lulu account, so that's why this is all coming up already. Again, if you are wanting to do this and you're not sure how to do that, then ThriveCart's own help system has a video demo of how to do that. Right, so my free worldwide delivery from Lulu, available to everywhere, and it's cost of 0. Right, now this is where you need to change something from the default, because by default it's saying the shipping option is available all the time. In other words, for every pricing option within this product. Now what we want to do is actually only make it available for specific pricing options, and the reason for that is if someone's chosen the ebook pricing option, our £7 ebook, then we don't want to be charging them shipping, and we also don't want to be sending any orders off to Lulu to print anything, because there's obviously nothing to print with an ebook. So we're going to do specific pricing options, and this option is going to be available, this free delivery option will be available for the paperback. Now you might be wondering why I didn't also select hardback, because we're going to do free delivery on hardback. The reason for that is that because of the way the ThriveCart and Lulu integration works, there'll be a different product code, different SKU code for the paperback book from the hardback one. So we have to keep them as separate pricing options, not because they have different shipping costs, but because they are different product codes within Lulu. So then I'll put my Lulu package code in there. It's not a real one, obviously. And then the URL to where the file is that contains the cover image of your book. And then the URL for the actual internal content of the book. Again, if you need to know how to create those things for Lulu, then there are other videos and things out there and instructions for showing you how to do that. And then save. Okay, so that's my free worldwide delivery done there, and that is available only on the paperback. So now we would need to do the hardback one. So again, that's free worldwide delivery with a cost of 0. Set that to Lulu. Same Lulu account. And this one's going to be for the hardback. It will be a different Lulu code this time because it's a hardback rather than a paperback. And the files might be different as well because the layout of the hardback book would be different from the paperback. So you'd probably have different PDFs for the cover and for the inside. Okay, so that's there, and then the final thing we need to do is the shipping option for the ebook. So let's call that instant email delivery. Now that's obviously not going to go through Lulu because there's nothing to print. So for this, you would, for the email delivery, just select manual shipping. It's still free, it's still available everywhere, and then next. And that one is only going to be available for the ebook pricing option. Because you're not integrating this with anything, this is manual, you can put whatever you like in here. Just put email delivery. Okay, so there's our 3 options set up there. And then next. So this is how people will access their product and where they'll go to for support. So rather than just showing them an invoice after they made their purchase, I would recommend you set this to send them to a URL, because then we can, after they've completed their purchase, we can send them to a page on the website where they can either download the book if they've bought the ebook version, or a page that just confirms their order's been received and tells them how long roughly it will be until it's delivered. So by default it will send people to the same URL, whichever of the pricing options or the format options that they chose, but we don't want that because we obviously want to send them to a download link if it's the PDF, but not a download link if they've chosen the paperback or the hardback. So we want different for each pricing option. So for the ebook, we would send them to our download page. But for the paperback and for the hardback, we'd send them to a page that just gave them an order confirmation message. I tend to set these to never expire because I find that's just easier than having people forgetting to use the URL before it expires. Then you would create your cart. Again, I won't go into lots of detail on this because there are other videos and tutorials around which will show you how to do this. So we'll just do the bare minimum in here, but you can see that it's straight away put this block in for choosing a pricing option. Now I would probably edit that to something like choose your preferred format or something, because that makes a bit more sense than pricing option. And the contact info, you'd want to make some changes here because you're going to want to have their you're going to want to have their name. And this is very important. If you are using Lulu, like I'm doing in this example, you have to have a phone number for the person, otherwise the order will just get rejected. So customer contact information there, and again, ordinarily of course you'd upload pictures of the product, and you'd probably put some other bits and pieces down here to like testimonials and guarantee symbols and that kind of stuff, but we'll just skip that for now. Go to next. This is where it would then ask for their shipping address and show them the shipping options, which obviously on the ebook one is only the one shipping option. That's where they put their card details in, and next. And then you also have to design the success page, which again I'll just leave out on the default settings for now. Okay, and then next. We're almost there now. Normally you would insert things like your Facebook pixel code and Google Analytics so as you can track your sales in there, but we'll skip that for now. And then save and get URL. So now if I view the checkout for this, obviously it's in test mode at the moment, hence that banner. So you can see we've got our different pricing options here. So put my contact details in. Let's do the ebook one first. So I'll show you all three options so you can see how it works. So we've got the ebook one there. Continue. So because it's ebook, we've only got that one shipping option available. Click continue. Paste the test credit card details in there. Now it takes me to the invoice, and if I click here to access my product, then that's obviously a page that doesn't exist because I just put anything in there, but you can see it's taken me to mysite.com/book download, which was the URL that I specified. Okay, so now let's go through it again and show you what happens if you pick one of the physical products. So let's do the paperback. Continue. And then again, you'd put your shipping details there, click continue, credit card, etc. But you can see it's come up as the £14 option there. Just to prove that the hardback one works as well. If we did hardback, £20 there. And if you did want to do more than one shipping option, again, that is possible. So if I just go back in and edit the product, and let's say that for our hardback one we wanted to offer express delivery as well, so we can go back into the product, go to fulfillment, and in our shipping option we could do add shipping to express delivery, and we could, for example, say we only want to make that available in the UK, perhaps like that, and that's going to be Lulu as well. And let's say we're going to charge £5.99 for that. And again, that would be, as we said in this example, just for the hardback. We'd put the same product ID in here and the same URL details as we'd done for the free shipping version. And I can't remember what those details were exactly, so these might not be quite an exact match. Okay, and then save and get URL. And what you see, if I go to the checkout now, if I select paperback, I still just get the one delivery option. But if I go back and select hardback, now I've got the choice for the hardback only of the free delivery or the express delivery at an extra £5.99. And because we said that that was only available in the UK, if I change my country, then you'll see that option disappears. So there you have it. It is possible to have a single product in ThriveCart and to have different variations of it, whether those are sizes, formats, colours or whatever. It just takes a little bit of a workaround to actually make it happen. So if you've been wondering how to do that, I hope that's been useful. If you want to know more about ThriveCart itself, I'll put a link in the description below where you can find out more about that. And I'll also include links to the actual live product pages for the products I was using there as the example. So if you want to see what those were in real life, you can do so. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video useful, please do give it a thumbs up. That helps other people find it in the YouTube search results and whatever, which is obviously handy. And if you'd like to see more content like this, please do subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you get notified whenever new content is uploaded. That's all for now. Thanks again for watching. See you soon.